Pike County residents raise suicide awareness.
And students find a way to serve the community. Stay tuned, TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision News for September 14th, 2015. I'm Deborah Bogart.
And I'm Jordan Elston. Thank you for joining us this evening. Yesterday, Pike County residents put on their walking shoes to help raise awareness about suicide. The first ever Out of the Darkness walk also helped raise funds for suicide prevention. Grishma Ramal has the story.
Someone dies in the United States every 13 minutes due to suicide, yet the subject remains a taboo. On Sunday afternoon, the Troy Regional Medical Center organized a community walk named Out of the Darkness to raise awareness to fight the stigma associated with this issue.
We at the hospital decided this year that we wanted to focus on something in our community. What can we do to provide a service to our community? And because of the number of recent suicide deaths, we've chosen suicide prevention to try to increase that awareness, let people know that there are options.
Troy University students and Troy community members came together to honor the memories of those they have lost and stride in the direction of creating a society where those in danger can seek help.
My sister committed suicide 4 years ago, so when I was asked to get on board and help with the planning, I said definitely, of course, because suicide is a topic that's taboo. Not a lot of people have talked about it, for years, and the whole purpose of this event is to bring that topic and mental health out of the darkness.
Participants reflected on personal experiences to discuss why the cause matters to them and how others can support it.
I've had a couple of friends that have struggled with suicide that I've had to help work through it, so I just wanted to come out and help create awareness.
My fraternity is supporting me in my struggle with it. Not personally, but my brother committed suicide, and so they're just helping me raise awareness for it and just rallying around me.
Over $10,000 in donations has been raised by the hospital through this event. Half of it will go to the state of Alabama, and the other half will be given to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which sponsors these walks nationwide. Grishma Ramal, Troy, TrojanVision News.
If you would like to know more about the national organization yesterday's walk benefited, you can visit the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention's website at afsp.org.
All last week, Troy University students volunteered around the Troy community as a part of a nationwide effort to honor the victims of the September 11th attacks. As the rest of the nation celebrated a day of service, some Troy students helped build up a local spot for children. Christy Henderson has the story.
The Boys and Girls Club of Pike County is getting a new look as part of Troy University's 9/11 Week of Service. On Friday, volunteers pulled carpet from one of the club's program rooms in preparation for laying down wood laminate flooring. The mission of the Boys and Girls Club is to enable young people to reach their full potential as responsible citizens of Troy. And part of that mission is making sure that the facilities are kept in as best condition as possible.
Safety is our number one priority, and one of our goals for the past 2 years was to pull the carpet in our program rooms, pull it up, get it out of the building, and put down a wood laminate. It's a partnership with Lowe's here in Troy. They donated all of the product for us to work on this project, and then also with Troy University. And so today we have ATO students that are here. We moved everything out of the rooms, and they're pulling the carpet out right now. And then tomorrow the Troy Kiwanis Club will be here, and that's when we'll put down the wood laminate.
This program room is where students complete their homework as well as read books and play games.
One of the first programs that we run is called Power Hour, and that's when all of the members are working on their homework.
The flooring of another program room has recently been renovated, and the volunteers say they are excited to see what the room they are working on will look like when finished.
It looks very nice, the first room does, so I think it'll better the environment for the kids, just like instead of having that old carpet, now they'll have just like fresh wood floors, and it just probably bring a smile to their face, and that's what it's all about. It's for the kids just to, learn.
It really puts you in perspective of how you can use your time to help someone else.
Christy Henderson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Boys and Girls Club says they plan on renovating 2 more program rooms in the future.
And volunteering isn't the only way the Office of Civic Engagement is trying to improve the lives of Troy students. The office is partnering with the library to present a film series this school year to highlight issues relevant to students. The Southern Circuit Film Series will kick off tonight with a presentation of the film I Will Dance at 6 p.m. in the Claudia Crosby Theater. The film is based in Selma, Alabama, and focuses on the power of dance, theater, and the arts to help youth rise above their circumstances. A question and answer session with the film's director, Joseph East, will follow the screening. Once again, the screening will be tonight at 6 in the Claudia Crosby Theater. Admission is free and open to the public. There will be 1 film a month shown as part of the series throughout the school year.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. Authorities say an Alabama sheriff's deputy shot and killed an inmate who escaped from the state prison. Prison officials say 23-year-old Derek Davis walked away from a residential transition center where he was serving his sentence in Birmingham in July. Davis was shot to death by a Talladega County deputy in his hometown of Sylacauga about 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
The European aircraft company Airbus is opening its first U.S. manufacturing plant on the Alabama coast. State, federal, and local leaders were on hand today as the company dedicated its new airplane factory in Mobile. A jetliner served as the backdrop for the ceremony.
Authorities in the East Alabama town of Phoenix City say a 19-year-old woman has been killed in a shooting. Phoenix City police say they received reports of gunshots late last night, Sunday night just before midnight, along 16th Street. Officers checked the area but found no victim. That authorities identified the victim as Mariah Farrow.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the Trojan football team took on Charleston Southern this past weekend. Ryan Renfro gives us more in sports.
And the 2016 campaign is raising a few brows. We'll have the details after the break.
A Democratic frontrunner for president courts ultra-conservative support, while the GOP contenders ready for their next debate. I'm Craig Boswell in Washington. That's coming up.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Football team's home opener is in the books, and the Trojans snagged the first victory in the Neil Brown era in grand fashion. Khadijah Torbert has the highlights.
Neil Brown couldn't be more pleased with his first win as head coach, and the student body turnout at the game that gave the players much needed support and energy.
Obviously a special night for me with the initial win as a head coach. I want to thank our fans. We had a tremendous turnout at the Trojan Walk. So I want to recognize our student body. They stayed for nearly the entire game. I challenged them on Thursday to do that at the pep rally, and they did. They turned out with a huge crowd, and I thought they gave us a lot of energy, especially in the second quarter when we hit some lows.
Senior wide receiver Teddy Rubin returned a 64-yard punt for a score in the fourth quarter. Brown is more than pleased with the special teams and the offense as a whole from Saturday night.
You know, the special teams, that's the tell of special teams. We had a couple of really big plays. The punt return was great. You know, I don't know when the last time we returned a punt here, but Coach Al Pogue and Shane Wise have done a tremendous job. We really had a lackluster performance last week, and they bounced back and did a nice job. The positives were that we bent on defense, but we didn't break. I thought we did a good job, especially in the red zone. And I thought the initial drive in the first half was huge. Offensively, we continued to hit some big plays. We hit some big plays.
That probably is the best one I've had, that one of two. But I mean, our punt return team did their assignments and did a great job and opened the holes up for me. So that's all I can ask for.
The hashtag rebuild the wall was in full effect tonight. Teddy Rubin left it all on the field with tonight's home opener down in the books.
Teddy's a guy that we try to get the ball to. He can win versus man coverage, and was really pleased with him tonight. Not only the touchdowns, and then had the punt return, which was big. So he well deserved for him.
Khadijah Torbert, TrojanVision Sports.
Trojans will take on Wisconsin in Madison. Kickoff is set for 2:30 on Saturday and will be televised on the Big Ten Network. The cross-country teams traveled to the home turf of a conference rival over the weekend, and both teams had their best showings of the short season. Both men's and women's cross-country teams took second place in the Azalea City Classic hosted by South Alabama this weekend. The women finished in front of in-state rival South Alabama, while the men finished behind the Jaguars. And after 2 straight weeks in Alabama, the team will make their longest trip of the season so far this weekend as they head to Florida for the Mountain Dew Invitational. The Trojan volleyball team traveled to Tuscaloosa over the weekend to participate in the Crimson White Classic. Troy fell to host Team Alabama on Friday and Virginia in their second game on Saturday. Troy closed the tournament with a 3-set loss to St. Louis. Troy fell to the Billikens 3-0 in the final game of the tournament. Troy lost the match with scores of 25-10, 25-19, and 25-16. Blair Winston posted a team-high 9 kills, but the Trojans had .01 attack percentage as a team in the match with 24 kills and 23 attack errors. Head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says despite struggles, the team fared well.
We knew going into it we'd have to play really well to compete, and I thought we competed pretty well on the grand scheme of things. The last match of the day against St. Louis, we definitely didn't compete like we wanted to. The second game was really, really close, up to 17, and then we had a couple things in our lineup that ran out of subs and everything, so that one kind of got away from us. But
continue their road swing with the trip to Macon, Georgia to take on the Mercer Bears Tuesday night at 5 p.m. The Trojan golf team started their season over the weekend at the Invitational at the Ocean Course at the Kiawah Island Golf Resort. Cam Norman turned in a top 10 finish in his first career appearance for Troy as he tied for 9th place. The Trojans finished the season opening event in 7th place. Georgia Southern rallied past host College of Charleston to claim the team title by 4 strokes, while College of Charleston's William Rainey won the individual title. The Trojans will be back in action on September 26th when they co-host the Sun Belt Preview with South Alabama at the Raven Golf Course at the Sandestin Resort.